Hello YouTube. Well, I'm still trying to piece this puzzle together, and the fact of the matter is we don't know if this is just another scare or if this is part of the plan, the plan. It seems to me a lot of things are falling together. I have another piece of the puzzle in a video that I'm going to link. It's a rather long video, but it ties together Nigeria and the Ukraine yet again. Nigeria, it seems, is our number 6 oil producer right now. And in the future, this man, Mike Rupert, I believe it is, says that 25% of our oil will be coming from Nigeria. The Ukraine is Russia's link to the sea. Otherwise, they would be landlocked. So those are two important places for Russia and for the United States. He also talks about peak oil and biowarfare in Africa. So here comes this perfect storm, right? We know that our administration, the powers that be, the elite, whoever they are, want a one-world government and a new currency. I personally believe that that's why they are imploding our financial system. It has been said by numerous people that we are reaching peak oil production, so that is going to cause governments to become more greedy, I suppose, or more territorial, or whatever it is that they are. And if a plague were released, what better way to cull the population, subdue the population, have the population clamoring for help from the government? If in fact this bioweapon has been released, we probably don't have a whole lot of time. I just checked this morning, and I will put the links in the sidebar. Flights are still going in and out of Kiev to Washington, D.C. I did a simple search, and a whole bunch of flights came up, so I have to believe they're still flying. A little disconcerting, because if in fact this plague is in the Ukraine, you would think that they would close the borders, or at the very least stop flights going in and out of other countries for fear of it spreading. This isn't a new plague, and I guess that's what makes it so perfect, is it's kind of hard to pinpoint it. I'm also linking a video from, I believe it's 91177 info, that it's the CDC talking about the plague as a bioweapon and how it's basically the perfect weapon. Not perfect, I mean it's not easy to control, but if you're not looking to control it, then I guess it is the perfect weapon. The other subject I want to touch on is Moshe, this guy, this microbiologist Moshe, who disappeared. It's interesting that he hasn't been heard of since, but what I also find interesting, and I'm not going to link the tape because there's tons of them out there. I think I did one in my last video, and you can certainly find it very easily. But what's kind of interesting about that is I wonder if that wasn't a show for our benefit. The fact that he was tear gassed so heavily and evidently didn't react to the tear gas kind of makes you wonder, was it really tear gas, or was this guy Superman? You know, what's the deal there? And just the incredible force with which they took him, being shot with microwaves and crashing into his little Volkswagen and all those things. You know, he certainly was no desperado. But it makes me wonder if that wasn't a show for us, so that they could get information out, you know, to the public, and maybe either get us frightened or sort of make it so it wasn't a new thing when it started happening. Sorry, my dog, Roxy the Wonder Dog. She made me lose my train of thought. Mosh. Well, anyway, that train has gone, so I guess I won't go into that anymore. But the other thing is the Al-Qaeda folks that were killed back in January. Again, you know, it's almost like they wanted to put things out there beforehand so that people like us could find it later. Anyway, I'd love to hear other people's thoughts on this. I do think, I knew my cuckoo was going to go off. I always forget to turn that off. It reminds me how cuckoo I am. Anyway, I would love to hear other people's thoughts on this. You know, the fact of the matter is that there's a storm coming. Any way you slice it, please get ready, people. I don't think there's a lot of time, especially if this plague is real. I don't even think we have a week. Thanks everyone for staying on top of this. Everyone's little pieces of the puzzle help it fit together. I don't know if it matters whether we ever get an answer or not, but more info is better than less. Thanks.